Hi guys, welcome to the Extras channel. We are now going to cook a Quorn curry, which a lot of you guys have asked us to show. So you've seen this quite a few times in the vlogs. Go on, rip it. But Nick's going to show you exactly how he makes this Quorn curry. So we've got the Quorn pieces here. You can get frozen or you can get non-frozen. We've got non-frozen today. We've got onions, a sweet potato. We've got Tesco ground fenugreek. We've got a jar of Tikka Masala spice paste. We have some very lazy garlic, chopped garlic. We have a cauliflower. Are you putting some of that in?
Yeah, all of it.
A carrot, British coriander, and a tin of Italian finely chopped tomatoes. And we also have some Madras curry spice blend. And also the final thing is some total fat-free yogurt. So, Nick, would you like to take it away?
Right, so the first thing we're going to do is chop all the vegetables and get them roasting because they're going to take the longer to cook.
Right, so that's the sweet potato chopped up, the cauliflower chopped up, and the carrots chopped up. They go in the oven now?
Yep. And then they'll be about half an hour depending on your oven. So come back to them in about half an hour and just cut them with a fork and just see whether they're soft, and if not, just stick them back in for another 10 minutes. Right, so the next stage is, while that's roasting, is we need to prepare the base sauce. So first of all, put in a good splash of olive oil. Now, I put this in a stock pot because usually it makes quite a lot and it ends up being transferred throughout cooking, so I've started it in there. Full bag of diced onions, 400 grams of onions. These will condense down. Very, very, very large spoon of lazy garlic. Now, I sometimes like to use roasted garlic, and people are looking at that and thinking, oh my god, look at that garlic, but that is seriously not enough. So I'm actually going to finish this jar. So that's all gone in. So they're going to be cooked now, and just not until they're brown, but until the onions are sauteed, so they're almost transparent and quite soft.
Nick is doing the next bit, which is the coriander.
Yep. So let me just give these a quick stir. I'll put it on a lower gas so it cooks it slowly.
That smells nice. The garlic smells really nice.
It smells gorgeous. So usually a full bag of coriander. Lee doesn't like it because it tastes like soap.
No, I'm not keen.
But you can't have a curry unless you've got coriander in it.
Well, I could have
so the best way that I get the herbs is basically scrunch them up like that into a big bundle, and then just get the edge of a knife and just take a slither off. And if you've got a herb chopper, you can do that. And these are the perfect sizes, and the smell of coriander, I think, is absolutely amazing. Right, so if you just have a quick look in there, you can see now that they're almost transparent. I'm going to cook the Quorn. I mean, Quorn is already cooked, so you're not browning it, and it's not like chicken, and you're not actually cooking it. You're just basically heating it up. So I'm going to put all that in. Packet of Quorn. You can use frozen Quorn.
I love cooking with Quorn so much better than cooking with chicken. You don't have to mess around with like washing everything and making sure you don't contaminate things.
So you generally tend to do that until the Quorn starts to become slightly brown, but you don't need to. But we are going to do that. So as soon as we've done that, we'll come back. Right, that's been browned off. I don't want to do it too much because when you use non-frozen Quorn, it can tend to fall apart and make like a mush. So I'm going to stop doing that now because I can see that that's starting to happen. So the next thing you put in is the Tikka Masala paste. You can put in any flavour curry you want. You can use Balti, Rogan Josh. We like this one because it has a bit of a tangy taste. Now, normally you put in one of those pasta pots, but I always end up doubling it. So cost effective to buy a jar. So basically 2 huge spoons, which is enough to start you off. And I'm actually going to put a little bit more in ours because we like ours quite spicy, so about half of this jar. Stir that in, coat all your Quorn and your onions in your paste. The smell now is absolutely mind-blowing. What do you think?
Very nice.
Okay, that's fully mixed in. So the next thing you do is you add your fenugreek. Now, if anybody doesn't know what fenugreek is like the secret ingredients for curry. That actually smells like curry powder. So I'm actually going to put in a huge amount of this because I think this is what gives all the curries that I make its flavour. So it's going to be a heaped spoonful. And some more. There we go. Now you can always add more later, you just can't take it out. And I always put a bit of madras powder in as well to give it a bit of a kick. There we go. We just stir all that in. Now the aromas now are absolutely amazing. So next thing I'm going to put in is a tin of chopped tomatoes. Preferably if you can get the ones with garlic in, because it just gives more flavour to the curry. Pop that in, a full tin. 250ml of water, which I've actually had the spoon soaking in, so it doesn't lose any of the paste. That goes in. And then stir that up and bring it to the boil and then simmer it until the vegetables are done and the veg go in. There we go. Now you can actually add more water depending on how much sauce you want. And we'll do that when we know how much sauce we've got when we've put all the veg in, because we have got quite a lot of veg in there.
Time for my least favourite ingredient.
So
coriander.
Half of that, big handful.
I'm just not keen on coriander, but thankfully
chop it in, throw it in.
It doesn't overpower the curry.
Curry just tastes better when it's got fresh coriander rather than dried.
It's a well-known fact that, well, sorry, should I say?
What would you do if you could speak?
A little-known fact that I googled once, that some people in the population taste coriander as soap.
Not me, taste of coriander.
And I think it tastes soapy.
Right, they're all roasted.
Right, so that's carrots, cauliflower and sweet potato. Now we add that to the curry.
And then I can determine whether I need to put more water in to bulk it up with the sauce. I suspect there's a lot of bulk there, so we're probably going to need to do that. So let's get all this in. And no doubt I've used the non-stick paper on the wrong side again. Now you don't actually have to put Quorn in this recipe. You can just put the veg in and have it a vegetable curry. Or you could even put mushrooms in. Or you could scrap the carrot, put extra sweet potato in and put a tin of chickpeas in, so a sweet potato and chickpea curry. It's really up to you what your favourite veg is and how much you want to put in. Right, so all that's in, so I'm just going to give that a quick mix up to see how much sauce we have. Now it is going to be a little bit dry on the sauce, so I am going to put some more water in there. Right, so another 250ml, I'm just going to add all that in. And I'm actually going to put in as well another big spoonful of curry paste, because like I said, I like the flavour. And then I'm just going to quickly bring that to the boil and then simmer it and see where we are. Right, so that's thickened up quite nicely now. So it needed 500ml of water. Now I've just tasted the sauce. I'm just going to put another sprinkle of fenugreek in. And then I just need to then add the final ingredients, which is the yogurt. And I always put the yogurt in last, because if you put it in too soon it tends to curdle and it becomes like a grittiness to it, if that makes sense. But I always put it in last, and then we're actually not going to eat this today. And the reason why is because whenever we make this, it always tastes 10 times better the following day, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And I'm going to put two teaspoons of this stuff in.
I suppose you can use any total zero Greek yogurt, really.
As long as it's not sweetened. You don't want sweetened. You don't want something like vanilla in your curry, but it just needs to be any kind of Greeky style yogurt that really has no added sugar, or no sugar really at all. So 2 of them. And like I said, if you put it in too early and you boil this, it will end up curdling. Just fold it in, because if you don't, then the Quorn will start to come apart. And that just gives it a nice creamy, cornmery type consistency. And you'll see it change colour actually when it's fully mixed in. And then what we'll do is we'll have a taste. Right, so the yogurt's now fully mixed in, and now for the big taste test. And I'm going to let Lee do this.
Your assistant. You're very much better looking assistant.
I'm better looking. What's the verdict? Is it spicy enough? Is it rich?
Perfect.
Is it hot?
Perfect.
Right, let me try it. Hold that.
So we're actually going to let this cool now. And then we're going to divide it up into portions, and it should last us a couple of days or so. And this is really healthy for you.
1 bowl of that with some bare naked rice. is less than 200 calories because it's mainly vegetables, apart from the curry sauce, the tikka paste, which is probably the most calorific part of it. It's so easy to make, and there's at least 6 portions in there. So if you're 2 people, you've got the next 3 days' meals in there easily. So
if you're sort of on a calorie controlled diet or anything like that, as Nick says, put some bare naked rice with it, or some sweet potato rice. If you're not bothered about all that, just wang some normal rice with it.
What you can do
I'm not finished speaking. You can have some naan bread with it.
What we sometimes do is we get these little half-folded, they're like pitters, white folded flatbreads. We freeze them and then we toast them, and they create little mini naan breads.
Yeah. Right, so next day, guys, we just wanted to add to this vlog at the end. This is the finished article.
And I'm going to try it now, rather than just tasting it in a pan.
So we decided to go for naan bread today.
Instead of the rice.
Well, it's not naan bread, it's a little flatbread.
Yeah, so it's marinated overnight. They've been frozen, and I've just put them in the toaster just to give them a bit of crisp.
Well, then
and
try,
here we go. So
I've already tried it. It's really nice.
Really creamy.
So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video.